the dryness and dragonness.
The smogness.
Can I just say that I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan, and I always thought that desolation of smog meant like the smog that you find in the air, like the debris that's floating around. Sorry, Benedict Cumberbatch. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am sharing my favorite foundations for dry skin. Now, when I search on YouTube a lot, I notice there's always like really good foundation recommendations for oily skin or combination skin, but I think people forget that when you have dry skin, you suffer just as much as if you were to have oily skin. I mean, literally, like recently, I have really bad contact dermatitis, meaning that when I touch certain things, I will break out in like, not necessarily acne, but like hives or bumps. I'm really gross. I don't know why I'm talking about this. But anyways, I have really bad contact dermatitis, and especially around dogs. And if you know anything about me, you know that I love dogs. So recently I went home and I was playing with my dogs, and anytime their fur touches like my face or they lick me, my face literally turns into like this scaly disaster that does not go away for weeks. And it's really hard to wear foundations, especially foundations that are more fuller coverage, because those seem to emphasize the dry patches and just bring out the pretty much nastiness that is flaky skin. So recently I have been battling with my dermatitis, and I have rounded up a few of my favorite foundations to wear when my skin is struggling really bad, when I do have dry patches and dry areas on my skin. And I'm hoping it'll give you guys some recommendations if you do struggle from the same problems that I do, or if you just simply have dry skin. So the first foundation I want to talk about is one of my all-time favorite foundations. I've been using it for a little over 2 years now, probably close to the time that I started YouTube, and it was one of the first foundations that I discovered that I could really wear at any point during my skin's transition. I could wear during my skin's transitioning. What I'm really trying to say is that it was the first foundation I realized I could wear during my skin's transitioning. So anytime my skin was normal or dry, this really worked for me. And it's the Nars Sheer Glow foundation. I know a lot of people have opinions on this foundation, but anytime someone comes to me and they're like, I have really dry skin, I just want a really great, beautiful foundation, I always recommend Nars Sheer Glow. Almost anytime I have a special event to go to, or just anytime I want to look really polished and natural and just on point, I go for the Sheer Glow. This does not emphasize my dry patches. As a matter of fact, it does a really good job of just smoothing my skin out and kind of diffusing those scaly areas. So this would be my #1 suggestion to those of you who just absolutely need something that is buildable. It starts out at a very sheer coverage, but you can build this up to more of like a medium to fuller coverage. So I think this is a great multi-purpose foundation. You can use it for a lot of different things, and it does not emphasize your dry areas. The second foundation is actually a brand new foundation for me. I have never tried this before, or had never tried this before, and I've been recently testing it out. You guys have not seen me use this in videos yet, but I absolutely love it. And it is the Lorac Natural Performance Foundation. So this was a foundation that I had initially bought recently, thinking like, I'm not really going to like this. Why am I buying this? If you're a beauty addict like myself, you know the feeling. You go into a beauty store and you see something and you're like, I don't really need this and I don't think it's going to be that great, so why am I buying it? But something just kept pushing me to buy this foundation. This is awesome. This is what I have on my face right now, and like I said earlier, I do have some of my dermatitis problems right through here, some dry scaly areas. You probably can't see them from this far back, but I may do a close-up just to show you guys what I'm talking about. but I was so amazed the first time I wore this foundation. I just could not believe how youthful it looked, how smoothing it was, and how buildable it was. This is, I would compare this to MAC Face and Body, just with a bumped up coverage level. So MAC Face and Body is very sheer. This is definitely an amped up version of that. It definitely gives you a solid medium coverage. And again, you can do lighter coverage with this foundation. It feels great on the skin, and just to give you guys an idea of how good this wears and how good this looks on my dry skin, I just napped. I just watched Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and then I napped for a good hour, and this is it. This is what the foundation, it's still hanging in there, and I think it is amazing. I just can't believe I have not tried this out earlier. I don't own a lot of Lorac products, but this is an awesome foundation if you are looking for just a really nice, youthful, everyday look. I have not tested this out for like full-on coverage, as in like layering products on top, but I can tell you that wearing this alone with just a lightweight setting powder, it looks awesome. I don't even have concealer on today. I really like this. I think it is great. So speaking of MAC Face and Body, this is also one of my all-time favorite foundations. As a matter of fact, it is probably the only foundation that I really like from MAC. So Face and Body is like a multi-purpose foundation. You can obviously use it for your face, and you can also use it for your body. It basically is a very thin, kind of watery formula. It comes out in a dropper shape, and it is a buildable coverage. Now I will say that I can really only get like a light to medium coverage with this. I can't really build it up to a solid medium coverage. So it's definitely for those of you who are looking for a nice, natural, everyday makeup. If you're someone who is into sports, if you're someone who likes to work out a lot and you have dry skin, I love wearing this to the gym or whenever I'm outdoors, whenever I'm at the beach. I think it has SPF in it, maybe not. I lied, no SPF. But I love this foundation anytime I'm going to be really active because it stays on really well, gives you that just natural look, kind of like the no makeup look, and it does not cling to the dry areas on my face. I am always paranoid whenever I put foundations on that that's going to happen, and this almost seems to hydrate my skin. I don't know what it is, but if you are looking for a foundation, if there's any one that I can suggest by MAC, it would be this one. Moving on, you guys know I cannot leave out my favorite makeup brand of life, and that is BareMinerals. So the best foundation I think you can invest in from BareMinerals if you do have extremely dry skin is the new BareMinerals Complexion Rescue. So this is the tinted hydrating gel cream that they just came out with. And again, this is a multi-purpose product. You can do anywhere from a light coverage with this, or you can get a solid medium coverage with this. I just layer a bit of concealer on top and then set it with a nice powder that gives me a bit more coverage. And then I've got kind of that full coverage look. One day I was wearing this and I think I had it on with my Ready foundation, and someone was like, "You are not wearing Complexion Rescue. Like, you look like you have serious like full coverage makeup on." And I was just wearing this with some Ready powder. So it definitely can be built up, but this is so hydrating for your skin. Out of all of the products I just talked about, this is the one that is going to hydrate your skin the most. There's actually a claim with this that it's supposed to hydrate the skin by, I think, around like 200% after like a week's use. I completely agree with that. It is very comfortable on the skin. It's very cooling when you put it on, and it does last very well on the skin as well. Okay guys, so that is it for my dry skin foundation video. If any of you guys suffer from skin problems like this, or skin problems in general, if you have acne or oily skin or anything like that, my heart goes out to you because it is a struggle. It is annoying. I had to go to the doctor today to get a steroid prescription because my skin is literally just... So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I shared some foundations and some tips with you guys that will help you out. If you have any questions for me, feel free to leave them down below, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.